More fallout from Trump's tariffs. Automaker Stellantis is temporarily halting production at some of its auto assembly plants. 900 workers are also being temporarily laid off as a result due to Trump's new levies. Workers are concerned the layoffs are just the beginning.
I agree with the intent and what they're trying to do with the tariffs and bring jobs back. I just think the immediate effect right here, look, they just made the announcement yesterday afternoon. Is when Trump made the announcement, and Stellantis didn't waste no time announcing 900 people are going to be affected. And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg.
They thought it was just an economic measure, that it was a game of numbers, a game of percentages. But now 7,000 families are waking up without jobs. And this is just the beginning. The effect of Donald Trump's new tariffs was immediate, like a sledgehammer blow to the automotive giant Stellantis. Plants are shutting down, assembly lines are freezing, and people are losing their jobs. And if anyone believed this would be temporary turbulence, it's becoming clear today. The storm is only gaining strength. So why are the measures announced as bringing jobs back already leading to their destruction? The answer lies in the very structure of the global economy, a structure now being dismantled through unilateral actions. 25% tariffs on imported vehicles and components have become not just a problem for Stellantis, they've become a catastrophe. The company, which unites iconic brands like Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Chrysler, is trapped. Plants in Canada and Mexico are closing, and production lines in the United States are halting. In just a few days, 900 Americans, 4,500 Canadians in Windsor, and 2,500 Mexican workers in Tula have lost their jobs. This isn't just statistics, these are people's lives. An economy collapsing in a spiral due to political decisions. How will this affect the entire market? According to estimates from industry experts, the U.S. auto sector could face a cost increase of $107.7 billion. Of that amount, nearly $42 billion will fall on Stellantis. This means that each vehicle, from the Jeep Compass to the Ram 1500, will cost an additional $2,000 to $4,000. Meanwhile, the American consumer is already feeling the pressure of inflation, and even base models risk becoming unaffordable for most. Can we seriously talk about protecting jobs when they become unattainable for the very people who held them? Inside the company itself, panic is giving way to tough anti-crisis plans. Jeep is trying to accelerate the release of the electric Wagoneer S. Dodge is teasing an electric version of the Charger. Ram is investing in hybrids, and Chrysler is betting on reviving the Pacifica. All of this looks promising, but only on paper. Most of these models are either in early development or will be priced out of reach for the brand's core audience. Now imagine what's happening in dealership centers. Wranglers and Grand Cherokees are vanishing from lots, parts are in short supply, and customers are forced to wait for weeks. Dodge owners are complaining on forums. Vehicles are getting more expensive, and deliveries are delayed. Farmers accustomed to the reliability of Ram are raising alarms. Heavy-duty models are disappearing, and prices are spiking. Chrysler, once a symbol of American luxury, is now a pale shadow of its former self. Layoffs in Windsor have left the region without an economic anchor that supported schools, hospitals, and small businesses. The psychological effect cannot be overlooked. On Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook, users are voicing their anger. Hashtags like "Death of the American Car" and "Tariff Tears" are spreading. People feel betrayed, not just by companies, but by the government that promised to bring America back and support the workers. What can a company do when it finds itself on the brink of survival? Returning to the United States is expensive. Building new factories takes years and billions. Staying within the current model is unprofitable due to tariffs. As a result, Stellantis is caught between geopolitics and reality. Attempts to move part of the assembly to the United States may prove unfeasible. Wages are higher, tax burdens are greater, and logistics are more complex. It is a strategic trap with no easy way out. But is there an alternative? Possibly. In recent months, a new trend has emerged in the United States, growing interest in localized assembly with global components. For example, companies like Rivian and Lucid try to assemble electric vehicles within the United States, but source key modules from South Korea or Japan, bypassing China. Stellantis could pursue a similar path, but that requires more than just a strategy. It demands government support. Meanwhile, other countries are taking a different course. Europe and Canada have already implemented retaliatory measures against American tariffs. As a result, Tesla has lost a massive share of the market, especially in Germany and France, and its Shanghai factories have begun reducing exports. China, in turn, is considering restricting the export of rare earth elements essential for electronics and battery production. A new economic axis is forming, the United States versus the rest of the world. Now imagine where this could lead. Rising prices, product shortages, growing unemployment, a classic stagflation scenario. But even more critical is the loss of trust. If a car that cost $38,000 yesterday now sells for $45,000, and it's not even available, the customer turns to a competitor. And it's not just a switch, it's the loss of loyalty. How far can this crisis go? Stellantis is already discussing cutting its model lineup. There is a possibility that the Chrysler 300, Dodge Challenger, and Pacifica may disappear from the market. Their production is too costly. Jeep may drop several Compass trims, and Ram may scale back its lineup of heavy-duty pickups. This is no longer just a crisis. It's a restructuring under pressure from foreign policy decisions. But not all is lost. Despite its losses, Stellantis still has resources. In 2024, the company's net profit exceeded $17 billion. This gives it a buffer of time. It can invest in retraining employees, automation, and adapting logistics. But most importantly, it can start speaking openly. Right now, society is not looking for PR campaigns, but for honesty. If Stellantis declares, yes, tariffs are hitting us, but we are adapting, we won't abandon our workers, we are investing in the future, it will send a message to investors, employees, and customers. People can endure hardships if they see a purpose, but uncertainty destroys every bridge of trust. That is why the issue is not just about Stellantis. This is a test of resilience for the entire American auto industry. Ford, GM, and others are watching closely. If Stellantis fails, it will become a precedent. If it succeeds, it will create a blueprint for crisis transformation. The question is whether there is enough time and political will. Think about this. Stellantis is not just about cars. It's thousands of workers in Detroit, Windsor, and Tula. It's dealers, mechanics, logisticians, suppliers. It's a brand that America grew up with. If it collapses, it won't just be the economy that suffers. It will damage the nation's self-image, its identity, and its vision of the future. Share your opinion. Do you think the company can survive under such conditions? Or will economic policy lead to the collapse of an entire industry?